Hello, everybody. This is Tara. Welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time at the channel, then I'm Tara. I'm 54 years old. I am vlogging about my life, and I'm talking a lot about my way of eating in hopes that it will help keep me like accountable, like radically honest, because I'm coming on here and talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it'll help you with maybe some questions you have for your own self. Um, I am a ketovore. I'm not a full carnivore. I do foresee that happening. But right now I'm a ketovore. It's been 46 days since I decided to go back to keto. And it was very fast, but I said, I don't think I want to do it that way again. Um, I had been keto before, and all sorts of mistakes with that, but it was great. I really enjoyed it. So here I am talking about that. So I go through a wide range of kind of stuff. Today, though, the main focus is going to be how to keep yourself from falling off the wagon. So if you've been here for a little bit, my stomach's a little weird and it's a little grumbly right now. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, it's not hunger. A couple of days ago or a week ago or whatever, um, I was talking about a carnivore influencer. And I'm definitely going to say influencer because not only have I been directed to listen to her videos uh, by people in groups and support groups and whatnot that I'm in on Facebook, uh, she's she's definitely an influencer. So uh, she made a confession that I really found very dishonest. Even though the confession has been made, I feel like that confession should have been kept to herself, kind of thing. So I wanted to talk about, because these are like the very things that I would see on that channel being criticized by said influencer, and if that person actually was more realistic, they might have saved themselves from that and the embarrassment of admitting that they turn off the camera and go binge on carbohydrates. Like, that's crazy, especially claiming to be a carnivore. I'm a ketovore, so I am having some carbohydrates. They're under 5 net carbs a day. Um, I keep very loose track of macros and calories, but I do keep track. I write down everything I eat. This way, if I notice that there's something going on, I at least know where to start with elimination. Because a ketovore, carnivore diet, it really is an elimination diet to help you in so many different ways. I'm not necessarily going to get into that right now. If you're new to the channel, I highly recommend going to Dr. Chafee, Ken Berry, um, Kelly Hogan, those folks. There's more. They're not the only ones. I just like them a lot. I like Omara. I like a Primal Bod. But anyway, those are just some suggestions of people. I, I think Chafee's my favorite, but I don't watch every video he makes. He's been on a crazy podcast run right now, so a lot of people are presenting him, and I think that's good because people need to hear what he's got to say. Um, so this is what it is. How do you keep yourself when you're a sugar addict, when you're addicted to carbohydrates? Um, how do you keep yourself from falling off your ketovore or carnivore diet? Well, you are literally trying to heal your body. So I want to make a disclaimer right now. If you participate in these things, your results will slow. Okay? They will slow. I'm not sure exactly why. If you are the type of addict that just something sweet, even if it doesn't have any carbs in it, sends you sideways, then don't participate in what I'm about to say. Okay, that's a whole different thing. But if you are literally trying to do this to improve your life, maybe lose a little weight, get rid of inflammation, maybe maybe you want your eyesight to improve, your skin to get better. There's a multitude of things that being in ketosis does for your body. That's really, really good. But you would like to enjoy one of those things, and you found yourself maybe at one point, doing great. You ate your ribeye and you put a pat of butter on it and let it rest like that, and you had a couple eggs on the side, and you're like, man, I could really use a brownie, or a cookie would kick my ass right now. I'd be so happy. Or maybe ice cream or whatever it is that you kind of dig. This is what I want you to get real honest with yourself about. So you've already done the shopping, right? You've already got your house full of meat, right? You've got some dairy, you've got some cheese, you got a lot of butter, you got eggs, you got bacon, you got meat, you got ruminant meat, maybe you have some pork, maybe you have some chicken, maybe you have some fish. I personally feel that all the meat's good. Ruminant is probably the best for you, but if it's meat, it's meat. I'm not going to stop eating meat. I still like chicken, not as much. I still like pork, not as much. It's kind of funny when you start getting into this how your body will be like, yeah, that tastes good, but you're not eating that every day for a week, period. Okay, I haven't had any seafood in a minute because I'm so far away from the ocean. Um, and I almost went crazy and bought a bag of frozen shrimp at my local general store. And it wasn't even like crazy expensive. And I was like, okay, if you weren't carnivore, would you eat farm raised shrimp? And the answer is absolutely not. So that was out. I wasn't buying farm raised shrimp. Not a chance. So there are other carnivores that have no problem with that. I personally do not. If it's farm raised, I want it to be a cow or a goat or a sheep. I don't want any fish or anything like that. Nope. Or a chicken. But nope, no fish. Wild caught all day long. That's because I grew up in a very agricultural society that the agriculture was fishing. Fishing. And I'm a firm believer in wild caught. Anyway, that's besides the point. So you have all that in the fridge and you realize, wow, that wasn't really nearly as expensive as my normal grocery shopping. That's crazy. And maybe you just started and you're not quite sure how much meat you're going to eat. Some people, in the beginning, I really think that you should just keep track of what you're eating, um, and not really worrying about calories. Eventually, that's going to be something you're going to want to think about and you're going to want to kind of hone in on. But for now, we just want to get you healthy. We want to move your body towards, oh, wow, this is good. And the weight will come off, okay? Um, how do you keep yourself from screwing up like that lady? Where, like, who knows what kind of pizza and ice cream and cake and scones and muffins and who knows what was going on, but it sounded bad. So I'm going to pop a LaCroix. So I'm going to give you some tips for me. Now, I've only lost 5 pounds so far. And it could be as a combination of I'm having too much dairy for sure. But I also know that my body is doing an awful lot of healing, and it's waiting for the weight. When the weight must go to help the healing go faster, that's when the weight's going to start coming off. I think I'm there. I think that's starting to happen. A lot of reasons why, but let's get to the point. So say these are some things you're going to have to give yourself permission for. And that is, if you know that you're going to want something sweet, I'm not asking you to go out there and buy anything that says keto cookies, keto bread, keto this, keto ice cream. Don't do it. It is not worth it. You can do so much better. What you're going to have to really get to is understanding that if you do want something sweet, it's got to come slow. And you can prepare ahead if you want. That's fine. But you have to have the self preservation, or you've got to know not to eat it all. Okay? So if you know you like cookies, you need to go. First thing you need to do is sit down and write down all the treats that you think that you might really be interested in having, if you could have it to fit your macros. If they could be really low in carb, if you're keto or carnivore, okay? If you're carnivore, it's got to be meat only, not meat only, animal only product. The minute you add a carbohydrate, it's ketovore. Okay, so just so you know that. If you add maple to your carnivore ice cream, it's no longer carnivore ice cream. It's keto ice cream. Okay? Just giving you a heads up. But what I really, and I should have researched this before I got on here. I will before I put it up. How about that? There are a lot of really good recipes out there that can help you bust that shit out. So say you eat, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and 6 o'clock rolls around and the sun's still up, and you just, your eating window isn't closed. You're not OMAD or whatever yet. You're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have a piece of this. Well, you know what? The thing that's going to keep you from going to the store is having the ingredients to make it. Okay? So if you're keto, your window is much bigger. You can do all sorts of different things, because you can use almonds and stuff like that. Um, if you're carnivore or ketovore, or you're going to be carnivore soon, just don't even bother with that. Don't bother with it. But there's so many desserts that you can make that are good for your macros. I personally am loving ketovore ice cream. Actually, right now my ice cream is carnivore because I didn't add peanut butter. And so I make that in a batch. And I put it in the freezer in little containers, and I have it. And it's not like super baby cups, because that's not going to do it. And it's not giant, because that's too much. And you do know when you're overdoing it, even when it's good for your macros. You know it. I know that when when I first started making carnivore ice cream, or carnivore ice cream, or ketovore ice cream, I love, and I'm not a big ice cream person normally at all. It's just super simple to make, and I can put it in the freezer. It's out of my sight. Um, I Over last winter, when I was on my carb raging maniacness, I had gelato twice. Gelato's like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh! The first time I had it, I was like, this is crazy. It was so good. And then I'm like, let me just, because I have been keto, so I'm used to looking at the, what? There's enough carbs in that for a week, dude. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have a diabetic coma or something like that. I was like freaked out. And yet I still did it again one more time last winter. I saved those containers because they're like the perfect size to me. Well, they're not really. And now when I use them to freeze my ice cream, I don't fill them anymore, because I had it full one time and I ate the whole thing because I don't see why not. And I didn't feel so hot. I didn't like it. So be honest about the serving you're going to have, and no matter what it is. So pick out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing that you know that you can make, and make it. And you don't even have to have it made ahead of time. You can make it as spur of the moment. I know when I was doing a lot of sugar over the winter, if I had a spur of the moment, I live in the country, and the small amount of stores I do have near me are closed really early. So if you want to have something sugary, you better make it yourself because the store is closed. And lucky for me, the lady that does all the confectionaries around in this area, it's I mean they still have the Debbie's cakes and all that shit, however, most people go for this lady's confectionaries, and she makes a wide variety of really delicious shit, and you can understand the label, which I found very nice, and you can make it at home, so it's good. So I like that. And that's good if you're going to eat a standard American diet, to go ahead and make sure that you can read your label. That's better than nothing, right? But I had a couple of times where I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. And I really want some treats. So I started experiment just before I went keto, too. I started experimenting with making my own shit. And I happen to have a little bit of flour in my house. I happen to have a little bit of baking powder. And I happen to have some Florida crystals that I got from an Airbnb, that somebody bought a giant thing of Florida crystals, which is sugar. It's Florida brown sugar. And I happen to have that. So I started making my own stuff. Just a little bit, because I went keto pretty quickly after. If you're looking at things like that and you need snacks, you want snacks, you might not want them today, you might want them soon. I want to stop you from going to the store. I want you to have the ingredients in the house that you need to whip together something so you feel good. Most of the time, eggs are the most important thing you could have, because they can not only be savory, they could be super yummy. Like I have egg white protein. I haven't used it yet, but I know I will. I know there's going to be something, because I've seen it in recipes quite often. I just haven't made those recipes yet. You're going to want to have a really good vanilla extract. Again, that's not carnivore, that's ketovore. You Cinnamon. Make sure you got some cinnamon in the house. That's, again, is not carnivore, but carnivores will add that to their desserts. You're going to want to make sure you have eggs. If you're going to make the ice cream, you're going to need heavy cream. People use cottage cheese a lot to make snacks and breads and shit. You need to go find 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of your favorite things. And you need to find those recipes in a ketovore or carnivore mix where somebody's developed it so that you can eat it. And if they haven't, don't do it. Okay? If you can't find it, don't do it unless you become skilled at this. Not every sweetener is the same. You'll have one carnivore yell at you for using monk fruit or allulose or swerve or whatever. Just pick the one that you feel is the healthiest for you. I currently use allulose. I don't know if it's harming me. I don't think it is. For me, it seems like a pretty new product, and yet I see videos that are 6 years old on YouTube, people using it in keto and carnivore desserts. It tastes great, and there's no aftertaste. Um, some people say stevia is great. Then Dr. Chaffee will tell you stevia is not. No, it's a plant that's trying to kill you. So you need to look at all that, but find one that you like, that's palatable, that can help trick you a little bit, and just have it in the house. Okay? I want to keep you from going out and carbing up like crazy and ruining the progress that you're having. Even if making those things may slow you down a little bit. At least you're on the right track. Do you know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? So I think this is probably my favorite, but all of a sudden, the stores around me stopped selling it like they knew that I wanted it. Whole milk Greek yogurt. Now, I've been a yogurt freak for a minute, but when I realized I could mix it and fold a little allulose in it, just a tiny bit, fold a little cacao powder in it, just a tiny bit, and whip it and fold it and fold it and whip it. It's like a chocolate mousse. It's so fucking great. The whole year or so, I've been here a little over a year in this apartment shopping at the same store. All of a sudden, they switched to Chobani, which is fine, but it's all low fat, and I won't touch it. I could count. I should, because the guy, when I asked him, he was like, "Oh, we usually just do vanilla." I'm like, "No, you don't." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I can go home because I save all my fucking containers, and I can count how many times I've bought that Greek yogurt in this fucking store over the past year. Get the fucking Cabot Greek yogurt bat or the Chobani, whole milk Chobani. That'd be great. I don't want no fucking fat-free shit." So I just, the thought of going into a populated area is, I'm not into it. I see way too many bullshit shit happen on the TVs. I don't watch TV, but on YouTube, like way too much bullshit going out there in the world. What the? No, I no. Heck no. So get the ingredients of things that you like. Learn how to make them ketogenically or carnivorely. You could do custards and ice cream are really great for carnivore. I don't. I haven't gone further outside of the yogurt thingy. I don't know, but I know there's more because I know when I was keto before, I used to make this crazy pound cake. Everybody thought was insane. Nobody knew that it was good for you. Well, maybe not good for you, but not bad for you. Nobody knew. So I want you to do that. I want you to allow yourself at least a macro compliant snacks and treats so that you don't go off the deep end. Do you desire Dr. Pepper? There are a lot of people out there that have a problem with Dr. Pepper. They have an issue. Then please just switch to Diet Dr. Pepper for now. And then you will eventually, you'll do it. You'll get to the seltzer because you got to have bubbles. And then maybe you just won't even worry about bubbles eventually. I don't know. I don't know. I love bubbles. I still drink Diet Coke, which is wild. I don't like it. But I don't drink it in the house. I only drink it when I'm driving down the road. And I've got it down to one a day. And well, it never went up. It never went past two. But it freaks me out that I drink it. It really does. So if you can find Fresca, the light one, that's nice. I do have some Fresca, the regular sweetness one. You can't have more than one of those a day. There's an actual carb in there. I I couldn't believe it. Nope, one if you're lucky. These I really like. So yummy. This is such a mild flavor. It's so nice. Um, that's like you've got to find substitutes for things that are going to kick you off your wagon. Now, like let's look at like alcoholism. Some people, some alcoholics cannot have any alcohol at all or taste anything that tastes like alcohol. Some alcoholics just can't have alcohol. That's what's going to set them off. Um, it's like it's different for everyone. Um, For me, I love a non-alcoholic drink. I can drink a non-alcoholic beer happily. But now that I'm a ketovore, it better be fitting in my macros. You know what I'm saying? Better be fitting in my macros because my White Claws didn't really have much to disturb my macros with, but it had a lot of poison in it. You know what I mean? So just be really, really careful. But I want you to give yourself the permission to learn how to make the snacks and treats that you have been doing and that you're having struggles with, and it could send you over the side and make you go get something easy, which is down at the store. I want you to make it from scratch. Okay? That's the mission. That's the mission. I want you to give yourself that permission. And that probably won't last forever. I've noticed a lot of carnivores that just doesn't even entertain them. They're over it. The more fat and the more meat that you eat, the less you're going to crave anything else. However, if you're just getting started, if you're just in your beginnings, or you need to have something designed for special occasions where people are carbing up like crazy, then you need to get good at it. Because keto cooking and carnivore cooking for treats is not as easy as regular baking. It's like science. So, what are you doing, Fancy? That cat keeps stealing your bed because you keep giving him up. You keep giving the cat your bed. Look, look. She keeps giving him the bed. And then she's all crying about it. You see the tears? Go get the cat. Mr. Ace. Hey, get get off that bed. Come on. Go ahead, Fancy. Go ahead. You can go to your bed now, your squishy bed. Such a good cat. Such a good cat. Go ahead. Go get your bed, Fancy. She'll wait just to make sure. Oh my god. There she goes. Good girl. That's your bed, Fancy. So you do it. I just had to keep you on there for that because it's funny. She's a good girl. That's her bed. This guy's a terrorist. Oh, yeah. That's so much better. See, Fancy? So much better. Oh my God, these guys crack me up. So that's the story about that. And it probably is a big focus for me today, and I'm glad that I brought it up. Um, there's certain things as you're going, you're just gonna have to give yourself a break on and keep moving towards it. As you go more carnivore, when you get closer and closer to lower and lower carbs, even meat's gonna make some carbs for you. Okay? Um, these things aren't gonna be a big issue. You might learn one or two tricks that you can whip up in a quick and not even have to use a sweetener or an artificial sweetener. Like Kelly Hogan has the carnivore ice cream. She has a small bit of it. She doesn't use any sweetener. I don't even think she uses. She makes it for like to her family with the um, vanilla extract and the cinnamon. I think she just eats whipped heavy cream for herself. You know, with steak and butter girl, she likes to make desserts. She don't eat them. She even has one that's fake, where she fake looks like she's eating it. I'm like, I called her out on it. I'm like, dude, that is so weird, dude. It could be carnivore and you don't want it. How about that? You're making it for your husband. How about that? Don't pretend you're eating something. It was so weird, but she's funny. Yeah, I just want you to do that, please, because I don't want you to come off the mission that you're on. If you have to take a side road to keep you on the track, I'd rather you do that than screwing everything up and going the wrong direction. Your carb binges will fuck you up, just like alcohol. If you stop drinking and you start drinking, it's going to fuck you up. It's like people that have quit smoking. I know this because I've quit smoking before. Don't even have one. Don't. So, but have an alternative if you must to keep you from having one. So keep yourself on track. That's that's what I'm saying. Please. And I'm saying that because I ate early. Like I broke fast at I'm trying to keep track of when I'm breaking my fast. This morning was 10:30. Yesterday was 11:30. And I just did that with 2 Italian sausages, so that's 2 carbs are in there. It was about a 1 net carb per sausage. About. Um, I had that, and I had it with a little mustard. So this was keto. This was a ketogenic meal. I had it with a teaspoon of Grey Poupon, which has carbs in it. So that's another 2. So there I go, 4 carbs. I'm at my max pretty much for the day. And I'm like, okay, so I'm at my max for the day. I go out there in the world and do my wonderful things. And then I decide I get home and I get so hungry. I can't believe it. I'm like, what? So I went to town and I made a meal that I would usually have for dinner. And I had a Denver steak and a Chuck eye steak. And I had both of them and it was unreal. Off the chain. So delicious. So I know I'm going to get hungrier this evening. And so I figured I would bring this up. Chicharrones, or what do you call them? Pork rinds? Get some. Find some that you can handle, that you can forgive yourself for, or start making your own. Have those in the house. Have sour cream in the house, just in case. Doesn't have to be part of something that you have every day. But what if I catch a little hunger, ouchies? I'm not going to make a whole new meal. I've definitely hit my carbs for the day. I've definitely hit my big old numbers that I want to hit, but I might need a snack. And so I can add those to my day without feeling like I fell off the wagon. It's not like I went to the store and bought some potato chips and French onion dip. It's not like I'm going to the store and buying a thing of gelato. Uh-uh. I am prepared for those moments. And I figured I probably will have one of those moments today, so I figured that's what I talk about in this video. With that being said, I think I should shut her down. It's 33 minutes. I am going to make a new channel. I'm still working on the name. And that channel is going to be about God, food, movement, opinions, and home. That's what it's going to be. And I'm excited about it. Just got to figure that out. Might even do some cleaning content because that's what I do. And I enjoy cleaning. And I should do some cleaning content. So, anyway, I love you long time. And I hope you're doing really beautiful. And I hope you enjoy your whole evening or morning or afternoon or whatever. And I hope to see you again really soon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I'll talk to you on the other side.